All right, hello everyone. Tim Davis here. Today is Friday, May the 17th, 2024. This video, I'm going to be recording this video doing a quick analysis on gold, silver, copper, and oil because if you've if you have been paying attention, great. But if you've been sleeping on the rock, you need to pay attention because gold, oil, silver, and copper are all set up in a very, very good space to all find its own run. And we're going to highlight what's already happened and what we can expect to continue to happen in these set commodities. All right, we'll start out by taking a look at gold. So for those guys who've been following me for years, you know, I've been a watcher and well, not even watch, but I've been an investor and playing in the gold sector because I said it's about to have an historical breakout. And it's something I've been watching for the past several years. Back in 2020, it had touched its all-time high and it pulled back from that level. So in 2020, we got above that 2000 level and pulled back just below it. And then in 2022, we breached that 2000 level again, just a tad bit, and pulled back below it. And then right around the middle of 2022 is when it found another support level, and then it's been off to the races since. Finally broke above that 2000 level and held that level. Eventually, right around, I say, middle of 2023. And since then, it's just been finding a way to creep an inch higher. So gold is already at all-time highs, folks, and it's continuing to run. How far will it run? We're really not sure how it's going to pan out, but I wanted to point that out because not only did gold finally reach all-time highs and it's starting to continue to run. Here's a weekly chart of gold, and we're right at 2430. We got as high as 2448, but now we're right below 24, right around 2400. I do expect we could probably going to see even higher prices in gold because if we look at copper, let's take a look at copper next. Copper pretty much did the same thing that gold did. It found its way to all-time highs. So here is copper, and it still has more room to run, folks, believe it or not. Look at the setup on a monthly chart. It's like it still has room to run. Look at the TTM squeeze, like it's just getting started. Wins percentage barely reaching over board. Stochastic is barely reaching overboard. RSI overboard. Remember when positions getting overboard territory, especially on the monthly charts, they can stay up there for a while before they really start to see some kind of reversal, long-term reversal effect. So here's copper. Again, we traveled up to around this say $4 level is what it's been trying to reach for a minute. So we reached above that level in 2021 and we hit it again right above $4, 2022. And then it found some support right back down to the moving averages, back down to the 50-day moving average and started to ride that line up until recently, 2024. Copper took off like a bottle rocket. And now it is at all-time highs. It's above $5. It's been looking to get about a $5 mark, and it finally got about a $5 mark, and it held it this week. So that is something pretty impressive, something to pay close attention to. So now you got gold at all-time highs, just recently breaking out. Copper at all-time highs, just recently breaking out. Now let's look at the laggards, because the laggards, I can almost guarantee you, they probably are going to follow copper and gold. Let's look at silver. Take a look at silver first. And if I was a bet man, I would say it's going to end up seeing the same fate as copper and gold. All right, so let's take a look at a monthly chart of silver first. All right, here's a monthly chart of silver. And as you can see, I'm going to take this way back. All right, so here's a monthly chart of silver. I had to take it way back so you can get a better perspective of what silver's doing and where it could possibly go. So here is silver now. Here's where it challenged that in 2020 and 2021 around this levels. So that's right around that $30 level. It's been flirting with that $30 level for a minute since 2020. Got to hit that $30 level and pull right back. Hit it again in around 2021, pull right back. Hit it 2024, and look what we did. We finally closed above it with a strong weekly green candle, folks. A strong weekly green candle. Finally got that close above $30 level. That leads me to believe that we're going to see much higher prices. And this is on the monthly chart. So over the next couple of months, we can see much higher prices in silver. Where could we possibly reach? Well, look at the all-time high. I already told you, gold and copper already hit their all-time highs. I do believe that silver is going to hit its all-time high too eventually. How long will it take to get there? Not sure, but if you get in silver now and you just ride the wave until it reaches all-time highs, I think it's going to do it, and it probably breach it like gold and copper. They breach their all-time highs and maybe continue to run. So that's something to keep in mind. I mean, this is a historical run for these set commodities, and if you position yourself properly, these commodities it can make you very wealthy. I like these commodities better than trying to chase crypto. So that's just my personal preference. I'd rather be setting these commodities that's been around for ages, gold, copper, silver, than speculative crypto. This is my personal opinion. But folks, if you can't see this in historical run, I'm not sure what you've been paying attention to, but we probably broke above 30, holding that level on silver, and I think it's going to go much higher. These commodities can really increase the profit in your portfolio if you position yourself properly. You position yourself now. So food for thought. Finally closed above 30. I mean, that's very impressive this week, folks. When I say finally closed above 30, that is a historical feat. It's been trying to do that for a number of years, and it finally did it. And it's now showing that it has much more room to run. So me personally, I am in several. I mean, I'm loaded up with gold and silver positions. Traded some of my copper in for some more gold and silver positions. And I think we just seeing the start of this, folks. I think we have a lot more room to run, especially with silver. I think silver is going to be the one that's really going to take off in a major way and probably surpass percentages to the upside than the other ones possibly. All right, so that's gold, silver, and copper, folks. Again, silver is the one that has not reached its all-time high. Again, its all-time high was $49 a troy ounce, $49 an ounce for silver, and we're only at 31 right now. So I do think we got a lot more room to run. All right. Let's look at gold, silver, and copper. Let's take a look at crude oil, because crude oil, it's really hard to say what's going to happen with crude oil because it so much can affect the price of crude. But from a technical standpoint, if you look at this, I'm going to show you a weekly chart and see what crude has been doing. In general, crude found some support right around that $70 level, and we have not revisited that $70 level since finding that support in December 2023. The only thing it has done, it has started to use this 200-day moving average as a strong level of support. So every time we find a way to pull back to this 200-day moving average, we found a way to bounce. We are almost there now, right around the 200-day moving average. So could we be in the midst of a significant, meaningful bounce? That is a huge possibility. So this is something that I'm paying close attention to, and I'm paying close attention to some of these oil energy stocks. They're starting to run. So that's like a telltale sign that oil is probably ready to bounce again. And the ultimate level, the oil is looking to take out the first level is this one right here. Right around that $90, just right around that $90, just about $90 level is where is where oil could possibly be looking to run to and take out. So that's something to pay close attention to. As long as oil continues to stay above this 200-day moving average on the weekly chart, I think we got more room to run. If you look at these, look closely at what's happening here on a weekly chart now. I can zoom this in a little bit. We're starting to see the 20-period moving average starting to cross above the 50-period moving average. That is extremely bullish. So next week could be a telltale sign to see if this momentum will continue, and if it does, this could be another place to park some dollars to take advantage of a possible historic run. And that could be one that's just getting started. So there's a look at oil. Then we'll take a look at natural gas. So nat gas, it's been at the bottom of the totem pole for quite some time. Here's a weekly chart of nat gas. As you can see, the strong support level right around this $2 level has been where it's that level that it's just been has not been able to get off the ground. But if you look at the weekly chart now, looks like it put in a strong base, strong level of support. Now this area here, just below this $2 trend line. Like that's been a strong area of support, and now looks what's happening. It is having a steady move up for several weeks in a row and starting to break back above its 50-day moving average. That's strong with a strong green candle this week. Could natural gas also be in the process of a strong run? That is huge, a huge possibility, folks. So here's a target up here that we could see nat gas take out sometime this year, possibility. And if nat gas continue to run along with oil, all these commodities have a chance to be running at the same time. That is huge for the overall commodity cycles. And I think that would definitely and a lot of people it's like they may be piling into commodities because maybe something is happening with the overall indexes, because NASDAQ, Dow Jones, S&P are all pushing around all-time highs, and it seems like they're starting to get exhausted up there. So these commodities may be the next thing that's starting to run. So these commodities start to run all together, we can start to see them run opposite of the market. That's a possibility. All right, folks, hopefully this is some information that you guys can use. Wanted to point this out. Pay attention if you're not already in. You may want to consider taking advantage, look at some of these commodities that I just pointed out. A couple positions that I am currently in and stuff that I've traded. FCX is one that I've been in and out, taking profits along the way. FCX is a copper position. It is currently, the weekly chart is definitely in the overbought territory. How long could it stay there? It could stay there, folks. We don't know, but it's just breaking out. It's just breaking out. It shows no sign of slowing up. Here's a quarterly chart, shows the breakout of the triangle. FCX all-time high was $63. We only have 54 now. So could we take out that 63? I think it will take it out. This is my personal opinion. That's a look at FCX. Another position that I'm currently in is SLV, the ETF for silver. Here's a quarterly chart, shows you how it's just starting to break out on the quarterly chart. Its all-time high was $48 back in 2011. Back this out to a weekly chart. You'll see how we're having a strong week right now, or the strong week that we're in now. And here's the monthly chart showing it's just starting to break out above this level, which we saw back in February 2021, which is around $27. We are low 28. We are above that level now at 28.79. So it looks like to me that this SLV ETF could see much higher prices. So that's another way to play the silver market. Another way to play it, and I've been playing this Pan American Silver. This is something I've really been focusing on for a while because I saw some good reports on this probably over a year ago. But it looks like it's starting to break out, and I think this will probably give you the better bang for your buck. Here's a monthly chart of Pan American Silver, PAAS. I had a huge move on this week. It is starting to break above these major moving averages. That is pretty impressive on the monthly chart. So the monthly chart has already surpassed the 200-day moving average, which is this red line. and it's touching the 50-day moving average, which is this purple line. It looks like the 20-period moving average is starting to curl up and go higher. That is all positive. That's all bullish. Look at a weekly chart. Here's a weekly chart. This is where we are going to start to run into some resistance right around this $22 level. But the way silver is running, it could blow right through that on a weekly chart. So that's something to pay close attention to and watch. Here it is on a daily chart. Gap up here. So I look for this to continue to run in some way, form, or fashion. That's PAS, a way to take advantage of silver. Another one. First Majestic Silver is a less expensive position, and it's only trading just below 8. I think this is going to break out above $8 probably in a major way eventually. This is a daily chart we're looking at. Let's switch to a weekly chart. Here's a weekly chart. Look at the 200-day moving average, way up here, right around 978. Could we possibly hit that level eventually? I think it will. I think we're going to end up breaking through that eventually. So because this is a weekly chart, it could take some time, or it could happen soon. Way silver's running. But this is one I think is a good place to park some bucks at as well. Again, this is AG. It is the monthly chart like it's just getting started. AG, First Majestic Silver. All right, and as far as gold, I've been paying attention to the gold miners, because when gold starts to run, the gold miners normally start to pick up the rear. So gold miners, one of them really been focusing on is Newmont. Newmont Mining. Newmont Mining is a way to play. 3 months in a row. It's been showing some green so far, and that could continue. Switch it back to a weekly chart. We already broke out above 20-period moving average and the 50-day, and the 200-day is way up here above 50. So we could definitely see prices hit 50 before this year is out on Newmont Mining. And here's a monthly chart of Newmont. So let's switch to daily. Here's the daily chart of Newmont. So it just shows a continue run. And another way to take advantage of gold also is the GDX, which is the gold miner ETF. Here's the monthly chart of that one. So it's just starting to break out as well. So folks, hopefully there's some information that you guys can use. Again, these commodities, gold, silver, copper, oil, and nat gas as well. Nat gas, if we look at nat gas, yeah, I think I did look at nat gas. Nat gas as well, something to keep an eye on. Not only keep an eye on, but consider finding some positions. Didn't look at any nat gas or oil ETFs, but look at EQT. This is one that's within that energy sector between oil and gas. This is one that I've been watching, been paying attention to for a number of years. And one thing I like about the EQT is that since oil and natural gas has been stalling, EQT back in 2022 found a way to break above its 200-day moving average on this monthly chart. But it's pretty much been stalled above it. So it's been hovering, got it to as high as about 60, close to 60 bucks, 55, 52 bucks back in July of August of 2022. Pulled back to where it's 200-day moving average, this red line, and pretty much got a bounce, and pretty much been bouncing just above that 200-day moving average. Looks like it wants to go higher now. Look at the here now. Look at the weekly chart. Like it formed some kind of a bull flag here. It looks like it's ready to take its next leg up. So that is one to pay close attention to, or to consider on the oil and natural gas side. All right, folks, hopefully this information that you guys can use. Until the next video, it's Tim Davis signing off, and enjoy your weekend, folks.